at a time of the evening when you don't have a lot of personnel around, you don't have a lot of eyes on the patient, you can have a very accurate way of sort of monitoring their progress and, as we've talked about, get a real good idea of what's going on in the muscle compartment and catch things. And so it's not that someone shows up in the morning at 6 a.m. around and says, "Oh my God, we've got compartment syndrome. We got to go to the OR," and you've probably missed the boat in terms of minimizing complications and necrotic muscle and the like. Instead, as soon as you see that trend going up, you don't have to wait for it to go up to the point where they have acute compartment syndrome. You've got the mechanism, you've got the timing down, the pressures are going up. There's no reason to think this isn't impending, and then you can, do your intervention in a timely fashion before there's any muscle necrosis. So I think it's very useful in those settings where you don't have the ability to really closely monitor the patient for these things. The other interesting part is, I learned a little bit about, how kind of made me think about how bad the other method was. I remember I had a patient, took him to the OR, we had the monitor in the leg because it was compartment syndrome, and we had the leg hanging and we were doing the prep and the pressure was reading whatever it was reading. And then when we put the leg down on the table, the pressure jumped up by like 20, right? So it's not like, if we just looked at absolute values, that's a huge swing in the pressures in the compartments, which is why the trend is important, because if the pressure is, let's say the pressure is 50 and it's staying at 50 and then it goes to 45 and whatever, like, okay, that's something you keep watching. Whereas the pressure is 30 and then it goes 35 and 40, then that's something you get very concerned about. But there's so much variability in what that static measurement could be just based on positioning of the leg, or with the older devices, how deep you put the needle in, how much pressure you apply, how close you are to bone, that it just makes no sense to not have a more sophisticated way of tracking this process, because it is a fluid process. It's evolving. So you need to have a device that also measures that evolution.